In our last session, we continued on our rice paper road and introduced the teaching that the Bible brings on the tribulation. And we looked that Jesus himself picked up a number of Old Testament themes when he described that for the followers of Jesus, there would be a time of great distress and great trouble. And although it might be easy for us to become scared, we need to focus on Jesus to realize that we're being given a warning to help us understand and to deepen our faith and our trust in him. If you want some further cross-references from the Old Testament, you could look at Ezekiel chapter 20 or chapter 22, or you could look at Daniel chapter 12. The Bible clearly presents that for the people of God, there will be a time of great suffering and great persecution. How we understand that and how we interpret that is one of the biggest difficulties we have when we come to the time of tribulation. But some of the things that we can know about it, Jesus was clearly saying that it will be a time that will be limited because of the horror of it. And in Daniel chapter 9, we begin to see this prophecy that Daniel has. Daniel is a fascinating book, and it's one of the prophetic gems in the Bible. And a lot of the book of Daniel already points to things that have already been fulfilled. And it's fascinating to see how what Daniel prophesied was fulfilled for Alexander the Great and the Roman empires. However, a lot of what Daniel prophesied is still yet to come. And in Daniel chapter 9 and verses 20 to 27, a lot of this time of the end times and tribulation is unpacked. And what we learn from those passages is that the time set for it has been limited to 7 years. So we see that Daniel unpacks a lot of this last time thinking and the last time prophecies. And what we see is he outlines some timescales, and that this time of tribulation will be limited to 7 years. When we come to the book of Revelation, chapters 6 to chapter 19 refer to this 7-year period and unpacks a lot of the time of tribulation and what's involved. And when you read it, it makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Some of what you read is truly horrific. And if it wasn't for that sense of knowing that our future and our faith is secure in Jesus, we would rightly struggle to approach that time of tribulation. What do we understand about this? When we read about this time of tribulation in Revelation, chapter 6 to chapter 19, there's a strong emphasis that this all occurs during the reign of the Antichrist. And that's led to a lot of theological debate as to whether the church will go through the time of tribulation or not. And there are differing views on that. There are differing interpretations on whether it is the whole church that will go through that, or whether what's described is the people of Israel, a new people of God who are going through that time. Revelation clearly shows that during the time of tribulation, there are believers in God going through suffering. It clearly shows that there are martyrs, and it leads us to have to ask a number of questions about the tribulation.